Hello, creeps. Andy here, and I know what you're thinking. You just said you were gonna stop buying books, and I lied. The last two videos that I uploaded, first of all, they took a long time to make. But not only that, they were really heavy. Those videos are still weighing on me. It was just a really sad subject, and I know I said I was gonna buy books, but I just want to do something really light and fun. I still do have a lot of different types of videos coming, so stay tuned for those. I still want to know how you guys feel about those. But I was like, I just want to do a fun little book haul, something fun and easy and light. So that is why we are here today. And also, my husband is out of town for a few days, and I thought, what am I going to do while he's out of town? And if you know me, you know exactly what I thought. Boba and books. So I went to my local used bookstore. They had their half off sale, and you will not believe what I found. You, right there, you. I'm talking to you. You're not going to believe it. Are you ready? So this is my bag of books that I bought. You guys are not gonna believe what I found. The first book that I found, Frozen Tears. I know! If you guys haven't seen one of the last book hauls that I did, I found this book, which is called Frozen Tears 2. It's so beautiful and interesting, and probably the strangest book I've ever found. It just says the sequel on the back, and the book just starts in the beginning. Like, there's black pages, and then the book starts. There's no author information, nothing. Even the author information in the back is weird. He quotes, like, Marxism and all sorts of weird stuff, and it doesn't say written by, it says presented by John Russell. So it's honestly the weirdest book I ever found. So obviously this is the second one, and I needed to find the first one. Well, if you look online for Frozen Tears, it's pretty expensive. I think it's like 40 or 50 bucks on Amazon. And I thought, well, I'm gonna have to buy it eventually because I'm gonna have to read that before I read the sequel. I have found Frozen Tears, the first one. I have no idea what this book is about. Again, nothing. Just blank black pages. It says Frozen Tears a few times, and then the book starts. So I, again, have no idea what this is about. It is very intriguing, and then there's an author's index, but then there's like a bunch of people listed. What is this? I don't know. But anyways, this is the weird part. Okay, I don't know if this was half off, so I don't know if it was $3 or $6. Either way, 6 versus 50, I would much rather pay this. So I don't even care how much this was. But here's the weird thing. I found this in the horror section, and something told me to go to, there's like a mysticism section in my used bookstore. I was trying to look for books that I could read to do videos on, and this was in the mysticism section. What is this? I don't know. I don't know if it's horror. I really have no idea what it is. Please, if you know what this is, let me know. But anyways, I found the first one, and I was so beyond excited about it. This one is just called Strange Tales from CBS Radio Mystery Theater. And the reason I wanted this was I thought it would be kind of cool to start like a radio show, you know, like the 1940s, 50s radio shows. I don't know, I've just been floating that idea around because you guys know I have a few of my short stories linked below, but I kind of wanted to, I don't know, I thought it would be fun to do something like a creepy radio, like those kind, like almost campy, like someone's at the door. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of those. So anyways, I bought this to see if it's written in a way that I think I can write things, because if you guys hear my stories down below, that's obviously not the way that I go about writing stories. So I don't know. Anyways, I just bought this. It was $1.50, and I thought that it would be fun to just kind of read through it and see if that was something that I would like to do. And also, is that something that you guys think would be interesting? I don't know. Next, I got Robert Bloch's Psychos, and this is actually just an anthology series. It says Tales of Madness and Murder from a bunch of people. So it's edited by Robert Bloch, who is the writer of Psycho, and I thought, I can't go wrong with this. You guys know, I mean, I'm obsessed with these little anthologies, and I think this one's going to be really cool. I might have to read this ASAP. Oh, the smell of used books. Okay, I have a problem. This one was $1.50 as well. This one called my name. It called my name. It was like, and buy me. And I was like, I will. So this is called L. Ron Hubbard's Fear and Typewriter in the Sky. Look at this cover.
And my husband did later tell me that this is the guy who created the Church of Scientology.
So this one was actually, that's my cat tearing apart paper, if you hear it. I actually don't know how much this was because it says it's $10, but again, it was a half off sale, so I'm pretty sure it was $5. But let me see if I could break into this bad boy so I can actually read what this is about, because this little paper is blocking it. Okay. It just says, you are the prisoner of another person's mind, trapped in a dreamlike world created by a friend's fevered imagination, surrounded by incredible dangers and lured by irresistible enticements, as you battle for life, love, riches, and your vanishing sanity. And then it says, you are the prey of demons from a primal past on a college campus that has turned into a nightmare landscape of surreal horror, as you try to regain a mysterious piece of time that has been stolen from your life and struggle to keep your very soul from being sucked into the vortex of hell. And then it says, you are offered the pleasures of two of the most splendid and spellbinding novels that L. Ron Hubbard ever wrote. So I don't know. This really intrigued me. It's a science fiction book and it is from the 70s. And the way that it's wrapped up, sometimes they do this with the cheaper books, but sometimes they do it with more of their special books. So I'm not really sure how special this one is. You guys in the comments always let me know. But anyways, I also bought Othello because I don't think, one second. Oh, I don't think I have Othello separately. I actually was looking for The Merchant of Venice, so I really wanted to reread that one. That one was a little expensive and this one was $1.50, so that's why I got this one instead. But I have a big Shakespeare anthology, but I also like to get the individual stories because the Shakespeare book has all of the sonnets and a bunch of plays in it, so it's, you know, it's a huge book. I can't really bring it around. So I like getting these little books as well. I wanted to reread it and I didn't want to have to carry my giant book. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for The Merchant of Venice. That's okay, that can wait. I also bought this, and this might be a foreshadowing for a future video. That was a little awkward. Okay, so this is called Vampire Evolution, From Myth to Modern Day, and this is by E.R. Corvus Nocturnum Werner and L.E. Karuba, and then the foreword is by Rosemary Ellen Guiley. So this is just a description of vampires. Again, I don't know if this one was half off or not, but it was $12. So I don't know if it was 12 or 6. I think it was 6. But anyways, look at how beautiful this is. First of all, just flip to a random page and it looks like an older book, even though it's not. It's so cool. And there's little pictures in here. I think that this is one of the coolest books. And so you have here is the index, and it's like the evolution of vampires, from monsters to, I can't read that. Seducer, maybe? Is that an S? Vampires alive in media. There's a bunch of different segments, but what I thought was cool was you have the earliest vampires, Mesopotamia vampires, Southern Eastern Europe vampires, Europe Middle Ages. So I just thought that this was so cool, and I'm really excited to read it and share with you kind of where the concept of vampires began. Super stoked about this. Let me know if that's a video idea that you guys would be interested in. And then I think a few of you will really appreciate these next two books. I got this Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Master's Choice. This is 76 tantalizing stories selected by the world-renowned connoisseur of the ultimate in mystery and suspense. And then here are a bunch of names on the back, but I know that a few of you have said that a lot of these Alfred Hitchcock Presents type anthologies are just, they're always really good. So every time I see one, I'm like, you know what, I gotta pick it up. And they're older books too. Like this is from '79. You know, you're just not gonna find books like this everywhere. I'm just very thankful for my used bookstore. So this just says, this is a truly stimulating collection of 27 stories filled with delicious evil, the macabre, and all the other aspects of mystery and suspense for which Alfred Hitchcock is famous. In this latest volume are narratives with the unique quality of suspense, which is the yardstick he has used in selecting stories for his anthologies. Here we find the most talented smuggler alive, the voodoo goddess who can substitute herself for a real human being, the living exemption to the rule that no revolutionary man dies in his bed, the psychotic comedy writer who begs to be cured of reality, the dog detective, the 4th grade teacher and her 9-year-old pupil pitted against a berserk father, blah, 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 blah. Tons of different stories. Really excited for this. I actually have an Alfred Hitchcock Presents teeny tiny anthology that's in my car, and there are a bunch of short stories, and basically anytime I go somewhere in my car and I have to wait and I've forgotten a book, which isn't very often but it has happened before, I just pull that out and read little short stories, and some of those stories are the best stories that I've read in a long time. So I do think that these anthologies are really cool. So if you like that one, you will like this one. Did I already say how much this guy was? Oh, this was $3.50. This one is Alfred Hitchcock's Presents Stories to be Read with the Lights On. Another just like really cool older book. This one is 37 chilling exercises in the art of murder and suspense. Let's see when this guy was published. Probably around the same time, it looks like. 73. Oh, these books are so cool. Like, think of how many hands have touched this book and how many people have read this. Again, we have our contents on the back with names that I both know and don't know, so that's really cool. I love being introduced to new authors. This one just says, from the introduction by Alfred Hitchcock, these stories should be read at night only if you are an incurable insomniac and cannot fall asleep anyways. Of course, if you work during the day, then you have no choice, unless your employer is remarkably tolerant. In any event, you may read them wherever you can, spare the time, and yearn for relaxation. Correction, I do not wish to mislead you. The contents of this volume are hardly relaxing. Startling, horrifying perhaps, certainly entertaining. I know because I am considered an expert. A word of caution before beginning the first story, please check with your cardiologist. I accept no responsibilities. The risk is yours. After all, you must like the sort of thing, or you would not be here in the first place. So that's a quote from Alfred Hitchcock. It's just so cool. Again, just another awesome volume to add to my collection. Next up, we got The Haunting of Blackwood House by Darcy Coates. Can you believe this? I found a Darcy Coates book at my used bookstore for $3. I just bought this guy. Oh, I just bought Parasite, and this one was $14.99. I just bought this the other day, and this was $3 at my used bookstore, and it's brand new, in brand new condition. Looks like it hasn't even been read yet. I am so excited. So I didn't see what this was about, but I was like, A Haunting, Darcy Coates, count me in, my friend. And so it says, how long could you survive? As the daughter of spiritualists, Maria's childhood was filled with seances and scam mediums. By the way, did anyone have seances when they were a kid? Maybe those of you who grew up in the 90s and watched The Craft know what I'm talking about, but I had an unnecessary amount of seances as a child. Anyways, now she's ready to start over with her fiance, Neil, far away from the superstitions she's learned to loathe, but her past isn't willing to let her go so easily, and neither is Blackwood House. When Mara and Neil, I think I said her name was Maria, it's Mara. When Mara and Neil purchased the derelict property, they were warned that ever since the murder of its original owner, things have changed. Strange shadows stalk the halls, doors creak open by themselves, voices whisper in the night, and watchful eyes follow her every move. But Mara's convinced she can't possibly be in danger because ghosts aren't real. ... Are they? So excited for this guy. I love a ghost story, so I'm hoping this one is creepy. A creepy little haunted house guy. But come on, $3 for Darcy Coates? Oh, and then just the last 3 purchases were Goosebumps books. Anytime I see Goosebumps books from the 90s, I just feel so nostalgic. When I see these yellow ass pages, I'm like, I gotta buy that. So I got this one, The Barking Ghost. And this guy is from 95, and this is Scared of Its Own Shadow. That's what everyone says about Cooper Holmes, but when the Holmeses move into a new house deep in the woods, scary things really do start happening. Problem is, no one believes a scaredy cat like Cooper, but then no one else heard the bone-chilling barking late at night, or ran into 2 evil-looking dogs who disappeared in thin air. I actually don't remember this one from the series, so excited to see that. This one, however, I do remember. This is Why I'm Afraid of Bees. This guy was published in 94, and it says, Gary Lutz needs a vacation for himself. Bullies are constantly beating him up. His only friend is his computer. Even his little sister doesn't like him. But now Gary's dream is about to come true. He's going to exchange bodies with another kid for a whole week. Gary can't wait to get a new body until something horrible happens and Gary finds out his new body isn't exactly human. I'm assuming he turns into a bee. And then the last one that I found was this, which I never had any of these like kind of hard-ish cover Goosebumps books, but I do remember renting them out from my library at school. This one was published in 93, and it's called Let's Get Invisible. This one I do remember. And it says on Max's birthday, he finds a sort of magic mirror in the attic. I've had that dog for like 3 years, and every time she barks, it still scares the crap out of me. Sorry, okay, he finds a magic mirror in the attic. It can make him become invisible. So Max and his friends start playing Now You See Me, Now You Don't, until Max realizes that he's losing control. Staying invisible a little too long, having a harder and harder time coming back. Getting invisible is turning into a very dangerous game. The next time Max gets invisible, will it be ... forever? So these guys, these soft cover books were, oh, that's interesting. This one was $1, this was $1.50, and then this guy was $2. So worth it. And I really wish that I hadn't gotten rid of my Goosebumps collection when I was a kid. I think a lot of us regret doing stuff like that, especially for books that kind of shaped our childhood. So they only had a few there. A lot of like, you know, they republished them. Republished? I don't know. You get what I'm saying though. They're the same books that are published at a later date, but I really like the old feel and those like yellow pages of the 90s Goosebumps books. Anyways, that is my book haul. Let me know how you feel about these books. Which one do you think was the best? Oh, one last thing. I asked because my upload schedule got kind of messed up because those last two videos took longer to edit than I thought that they would. And so my upload schedule got messed up to Sunday, Tuesday instead of Tuesday, Thursday. And I asked on my Instagram which you preferred. And most people said Sunday, Tuesday. So I think I'm gonna keep the Sunday, Tuesday upload schedule and kind of see how that goes. Let me know what you think about that. And I will see you, if this goes up Sunday, Tuesday. I'll see you Tuesday with another horror video. Bye guys.